Would you like to introduce yourselves individually and tell us how the band was formed?
We've had like various lineups in the band, but it's been the three of us for like a couple of years now.
Right,
Cool. And obviously met Mark through Paul.
Yeah.
Somewhat after then.
So how did you come up with the band name SUSPIRE? Which means breathe, am I right?
Yeah.
There's some.
It's a Shakespearean term that means to breathe.
It's also a film, well, kind of a film by Dario Argento, Suspiria.
It wasn't us that came up with it.
It wasn't us, it was...
It was the name of the
Alright.
band when we joined the band, and then everybody that was in the band has subsequently left,
Yeah.
except for Claire.
Former guitarist came up
Oh, I
with
see.
it. Yeah. But
Claire's like Keisha from the Sugar Babes.
So would you classify yourselves in a particular genre, or do you think that's rubbish?
Well,
You mean-
not unlike the Sugar Babes.
yeah, sort of. I mean, some people say it's like alternative, but so I get mixed up with genres these days.
Yeah.
Punk, post-punk, I don't really
Is
listen
it
to
that
different
ignorant
stuff.
to like put them in?
Yeah.
Pigeonholes.
It's not jazz, I know that. Like,
Yeah.
well,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I listen to a lot of Miles Davis.
So how do you go about writing your music? Is it from like personal experiences or whatnot?
We just tend to steal from other people.
Whoever's practiced in the studio next to us, we just listen with a glass to the wall.
Put microphones up and then just write it all down.
Then beat them up afterwards.
Yeah. Sometimes we kill them. There's the classics like Beatles and
Oasis.
Oasis, Radiohead and all that sort of thing, but we don't just only listen to, I mean that's our guitar based influences, but that's not the only type of music we listen to. But
Other bands that, because Paul and I grew up in America for a while, we listened to like, a lot of American bands like Incubus, Foo Fighters and Dave Matthews Band.
probably would be, but we're not consciously going out to
Yeah.
put certain songs that sound certain ways. It's just at different points certain things will come through, and when you've got an electric guitar, bass and drums, we tend to go for more straightforward than trying to go for complex layers and all
It
that.
depends. Most of the time it's like Claire will just be kind of playing a drum beat and I'll just be playing a bass line over it and it'll build up. Sometimes Paul will say, oh, I've got this guitar thing that I kind of want to see what you guys want to do with it. Most of the time, because Paul's a singer, he'll come up with like a melody and lyrics to go with the melody. But
We don't
It's not-
always
it's not-
follow the same routine, because
it's
then
not
you
like-
become formulaic and you start
Yeah.
doing the same thing over and
Yeah.
over. So we always try. Sometimes I'll bring something from home and then go, why don't we play this? And then it'll be like, why don't we take that from that song and put it in this other thing we've been working on? And we always try and piece together songs differently so that we are actually putting out different music.
You know, most of the time we'll be asked to play a 30-minute set or a 30 to 45-minute set, and we always try to look at balancing like that set. You know, just to make sure there's like, you know, a good variation in there. But you know, just for personal entertainment, sometimes we're in the studio just rehearsing, and we'll play a lot of stuff that, you know, that just pleases us. But then, you know, you have to think about your audience sometimes at the end of the day as well.
yeah, you don't.
have to sneak into the mainstream somehow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands you see and you think, yeah, they're really good, and by the fifth song you're just going, oh, this is really quite
You've heard
same
it seems
thing
like the
over
same
and over.
thing.
And then after the gig you think, I can't pick a single song out, and I did enjoy it, but it just wasn't enough. And one of the good things that a lot of people said to us after gigs is, oh, it was really a lot of variety, a lot of different stuff, different sounds, so that kind of works in our favour.
Yeah, we were supposed to play a last minute gig on Thursday there, and it was a completely unannounced gig, but the people that we played to were people that had never seen us before, apart from the sound guy, I think, and that was pretty much the feedback that we had, which was quite
So
nice.
who are your like target audiences? Like,
It's
Middle
really
East
difficult to
housewives,
say.
you know.
Yeah.
The Chinese. No, we don't.
It's very wide.
No, we don't think that way. It's just like, if people come along like
You'll
us, then
enjoy
cool.
it.
But if they don't,
you're just doing what you love. Right?
I mean, there's plenty of people out there to like us. There's plenty of people out there to hate us. So It doesn't really matter.
Can't please everyone, you know.
If everybody thinks you're okay, then you're doing something wrong. You want to have polarity. You want to have people that think, oh, that's great. And you
If
want
there's
to
somebody who hates you, there's going to be somebody who likes you.
Yeah, the spectrum of life.
Yeah, I think there's quite a wide age variety coming to the performance tonight, like from toddlers to OAPs. Yeah,
I'm going to stay 100 yards away from them. Playing bass outside.
What has been your achievements as a band so far?
Nobel Peace Prize.
Poet laureate.
I don't know what achievements.
We
Playing Rotten S would be quite good, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
That'll be
like
fun.
the first kind of big thing.
Yeah.
We played the Yoker Festival,
Yeah, highlight ones.
which was
That was an erroneous use of the term festival.
if you've ever seen The Wire,
Yeah.
there's like Project, and imagine Glasgow's version of The Wire's Project.
If anybody from Yoker ends up watching this is not us
But it was
trying
a
to
great
offend
place.
anybody.
It's not, but it's like we were happy to play, and like it's a good thing to bring a festival to somewhere in Glasgow that you obviously wouldn't get something like that.
That was good fun playing it.
And
So let's talk about your upcoming tour. You're going to be playing in the US and Canada.
We're putting that together at the moment.
Yeah, very
yeah.
don't show this in America. We won't get in. That's custom.
We're trying to see what we can do with that. We're
Aye.
saving up. We're trying to make it happen, and we're also trying to play more gigs up north within Scotland as well over the next few months, just to try and earn some money, and also maybe build up a bit more of a fan base and give ourselves a bit more of a platform to go over there. But that's Rock Nest will be June, and then that will be middle of August. We're probably going to go out there. Play.
So what is your favourite location so far, like your favourite gig?
The single launch, we done the single launch October. That was pretty good because stereo was pretty packed
Yeah,
and
it was amazing.
Playing with really good bands.
played with good
as well.
bands. It was a good sound and good turnout. That was the fact that we kind of put it all on ourselves. Like it was like when it all came together. Well, not completely ourselves. We had like close friends and people helping us, and it was like something that we could be proud of in terms of not only the fact that we played a decent gig, but it was the fact that the whole night, the whole event, people had a great time, and it was sort of proof that it's kind of evidence that you can do it yourself. You don't always have to rely on other people and pay other people to do things. You can do it yourself. So that gave us a lot of confidence, and it was probably kind of a springboard for us to push on and do other things.
And we played a Halloween gig at Potmorphic, which is this
That was good.
place out in the middle of nowhere, it seems, but the
Cisco
facilities they
Bride.
have and the stage they have is unbelievable.
The thing is, like, we were playing to. It was like a Halloween party. There was a fair few people. There was probably about 40, 50 people there. But because the stage was so massive and the room was so massive, with tons of people in the room, it still just looked completely empty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Place
was a
is just
private
so
party,
big.
so it was like, it's good just to do that at
It was
a
fun.
kind of
It was
party.
great fun.
Yes,
Um,
crew of Star Trek.
It was pretty fun.
Because we had we played a few gigs with a friend of ours called Ian Thompson. He's a brilliant guitarist we know, and we just thought, it might be good to get a different sound by getting someone into kind of session, and so he was happy to do it. We've known him for like 20 years or something like that. So he was playing with us that gig, and he played at the single launch as well. And it was really good to get a different sound after a few months.
He's played a few gigs with us.
Yeah.
It's good.
5 or
It's something
6
we're open to doing. We're going to try out different sessions, different instruments brought in, and like just see what we can do, and keep kind of ourselves trying to get better as musicians and as sort of songwriters, and if people can come in and help us by playing sort of instruments that we don't have a clue about, then that's going to make us better.
Keeps it interesting.
So, completely random question. If there was a zombie attack right now in Glasgow, right here, right now, what would be your chosen weapon?
Women.
I think I would just
Women?
Throw people at them first, and then
Well, this is something we have discussed long and hard.
I wrote a
it's not-
dissertation. I keep a pistol on my person at all times.
Yes.
I can't go on flights, but I
think
like
that-
personal safety.
That bass
instead.
guitar would probably do some good damage to a head.
These cymbal stands, you could pull that part up and stick it in the
Right,
eye
yeah.
and jam it, and then go right through the brain. And
Yeah.
you got to shoot him in the head.
Yeah, I think 'cause
Or
you've got to go for the
symbol in
head,
the
don't
head.
you?
I think
The-
I would run upstairs and get David.
I think if you ran upstairs and get eviscerated and turned into a zombie,
Really?
then you'd have to eat meat.
Oh yeah. I don't know.